All right, let's check on those markets. Now across to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where Peter Adebola, the managing director at BGL Securities, is standing by to talk us through the markets trading day. Thank you so much, Peter, for joining us. So, like I mentioned earlier, the market has been rising recently. Are we seeing that upside momentum continuing into today's session?
Thank you very much, Wale. Looking at the market now, market is a bit up, though very marginally, because the Asia index has just increased by 0.05%, driven by increase in the price of WAPO and UACN, Stanbic IBTC, UBA, and WAPIC. These are the stocks that have actually gained today, and that is why the market has actually gone up by 0.05%.
Right.
Yeah, looking at the downside, we look at Guinness coming down. It has lost 5 naira today, Sterling Bank and Dangote Sugar, and that has made the Asia index to remain a bit flat. The total turnover done today is about 1 billion naira in about 40,000 units of shares that have been traded today.
All right, so let's talk a bit about the low volumes we've seen recently. It's good to see that there is some interest in some of the cement companies today. But your thoughts about the lack of interest right now, what was responsible for that? A lot of people talking about foreign investors more or less sitting on the sidelines until we see what the Fed does later this month. So your thoughts about why there's such low demand right now?
Yeah, totally. I would like to agree with the analysts that are actually waiting for what the U.S. market is going to do. Definitely, our market is actually driven by 51% by foreign investors, and they're the ones that are lifting the activities on the demand side. And because they are not in the market right now, that is why we're having the market situation right now. But I believe that when Bernanke actually come with what is going to do with the stimulus package, we'll be able to see if it is favorable. We are going to see a kind of turnaround in our market, and we'll see that foreign investors will return to our market. Don't let us forget that the correlation between Nigerian economy and U.S. economy is actually a positive one, and because of that, what is happening in the U.S. economy will definitely have impact on Nigerian economy as well as our market. So people are actually waiting for what the outcome is going to be before they know the position to take as far as Nigerian market is concerned. Not only Nigerian market, but emerging market generally, in which Nigeria happens to be one of the frontier markets. So whatever happens, that is what is going to determine what we are going to see in our market moving forward.
What about the local investors, though? The pension funds, Peter, why aren't they, what are they buying right now? From what you can see, where is the interest from the local institutional investors?
In terms of local investors, we are seeing them actually investing in non-bank stocks, because just as I said, if you look at the activities of today, you can see that WAPCO is topping the list, and also we have likes of other stocks that are actually moving the market. So the local investors are actually investing in non-bank stocks. So we see them in cement companies, we see them in consumer goods, we see them in food and beverages company. And that is where they are taking their position right now, because everybody want to minimize the risk. That's why you are seeing them investing in non-bank stocks. But hopefully, by the time the 9 months result of bank starts coming out, we may see a change in the investors' appetite towards banking stocks.
So which stocks right now do you think are attractive? Where should people be putting money?
Yeah, I mean, looking at what the market is doing right now, we can see that we still have a whole lot of activities that can happen in the banking sector, despite the fact that many people are not looking at it. We look at the fundamentals of most of these banks. We see that their fundamentals are quite strong. Many of them are actually trading at PE lower than 7 right now, and that shows that signal a positive position that investors can actually take. We look at the likes of Access Bank, we look at the likes of UBA, we look at the likes of Sterling Bank. All of them are trading at PE that is lower than 6 right now, and that is an opportunity for people to actually invest in.
Okay, well, interesting picks you have there. But let's talk a bit about the public, the IPO market, the primary market. We've seen a lot of rights issues over the last few months. A lot of people hoping that in the fourth quarter we'll finally see some IPOs. How bullish are you about that? Do you think we're going to see some transactions, and where are those transactions likely to come from? Which sectors are we likely to see IPOs emerging from?
Yes, this year we have witnessed some primary market activities. Starting the year, we have Oando rights, followed by that of Transcorp, followed by WAPIC rights. We have activities in, we have rights issue from Resource Savings and Loans, and we have WAPIC as well. So moving forward, we are still going to see some all other primary market activities that are going to take place. Right now, Beja Paint is in the market now, issuing their right issue at 750 kobo, which is going to close sometimes later this month. So we are still going to see a whole lot of them coming into the market. African Prudential Registrar is also in the market now, as well as some other ones in the market. So before the end of the year, we are likely to see cut across all the sectors of the market, starting from oil and gas, banking sector, and some other sectors of the market.
All right, and if you were to put a bet out there, are you betting that we would see an oil and gas company, a new oil and gas company listed? And you know, an interesting point to note is the fact that now we've seen some of the listed companies buy up some power assets. We actually now have power companies listed, if in a sense, on the market. So I guess that's refreshing to see a lot more sectors represented. But if we're looking at oil and gas, how bullish are you that we're going to finally see some upstream oil and gas companies on this market?
Yes, we are likely to see activities in oil and gas company. You know that this PIB that we are expecting it to that we are expecting the legislator to pass. Once they pass the PIB, you are going to see a whole lot of activities. In fact, in preparation of passing the bill, we have been seeing a lot of activities there. You have been seeing some companies coming forth recently. Forty Oil come to the market to tell us about their expansion program, and we are likely to see more of them coming actually for expansion and even to raise capital in the market. I'm not saying Forty Oil is coming very soon, but we are likely to see a lot of expansion coming in the oil and gas subsector to see how they are going to raise capital in order for them to finance their expansion project. Yeah. And either through equities or bonds, we are going to see a whole lot of them coming for activities in the market.
Yeah, I think an very interesting point and an important point you're alluding to there, the fact that the power companies also need to raise capital, and perhaps the stock market is the place to go for that. Let's leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us, Peter Adebola, Managing Director at BGL Securities, talking us through the day's trade. Unfortunately, we are unable to bring you that interview with the CEO of QTix. Hopefully, we can bring it to you on the subsequent show. But for now, that's all we have for you on Power Lunch West Africa. Remember to email us on powerlunch@abn360.com. Follow us on Twitter at PowerLunch360.